Kiki Wolfkill, executive producer, 343 Industries.
Let's talk Halo, because I guess that is your baby, I guess.
It is. It's a few people's baby.
It is, right?
Amongst them mine, yes.
So let's talk about the Master Chief Collection. 4 Halos, 4 different games. I mean, what have you? Let's go through them one at a time. What's different with Anniversary, and then we'll work through them one at a time.
Yeah, well, so first of all, it's Halo 1 Anniversary, which of course we released on the anniversary of Halo Combat Evolved. It is the anniversary, the 10-year anniversary for Halo 2, so Halo 2 is also getting the anniversary treatment, which means up-res graphics, the ability to switch back and forth between old graphics and new graphics, but also with Halo 2 Anniversary, old audio, old graphics, new audio, new graphics. So that's pretty huge. And then Halo 3 and Halo 4. And so really for the first time, the entire Master Chief story on one console. So you can literally play all the way through from start to finish up until the end of Halo 4 and then move into the Halo 5 beta in December.
Okay, so 3 and 4, you haven't done the basically the handcrafted textures like you have in Halo 2. Can you just talk about what you have actually done?
Yeah, so Halo 3 and 4, being it is not their anniversaries, haven't been hand touched, but they've actually gained a ton from being on Xbox One. So a lot of actual detail that were in the original content actually comes through a lot more. There's been work done on the shaders and the lighting and the sort of overall graphics engine. And so you actually get a pretty big bump in terms of graphics fidelity for both of those.
Are there any additions? Like, with obviously you went back to do Anniversary, Halo 1, and the terminals and stuff like that. Is that what you've done throughout them all, or is it just...
So Halo 2 also getting the anniversary treatment. So they are getting the terminals redone, but they also have, there's some more cinematics work. Blur's redone all of the cinematics, or is in the process of doing it. And there's a little bit of extra content in there as well in the cinematics. So definitely not just things that look better, but also some things you haven't seen before.
Plenty of teasing for Halo 5, that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, the nice thing about sort of having the Master Chief Collection on Xbox One before Halo 5 is you kind of get, for people who have played Halo, you get caught up, you get the opportunity to sort of play through either sequentially or frankly in missions in whatever order you want. But it does sort of drop you off, you know, at the front door of Halo 5, and for people who've never played, they can get caught up, understand the story, and jump into Halo 5 without feeling like they've missed everything that came before it.
Are they going to be rewarded for playing for the Master Chief Collection?
We like to always reward our players for the things that they do. So there's definitely some things we haven't talked explicitly about yet, but I would say that philosophically, we always believe in rewarding players for the things they do in the universe.
It seems like Halo 2 has brought Halo back into, I say back, but bigger than ever into the esports scene. There was the big tournament at PAX, and it's only going to get bigger. It's generally seen as the best Halo. I mean, how tricky is that? Because when Halo 2 came out, there was no esports.
Yeah.
So how have you designed it and tweaked it to make it fit into esports, or did it just naturally just fit?
I mean, I think if you look at a lot of modern multiplayer, it's sort of, you know, a lot of it started with Halo 2 multiplayer, and so I think it's actually kind of a very natural thing for Halo 2 multiplayer to come back, especially with sort of the new interest in esports. And so for us, it feels really natural. Halo 2 multiplayer has always been very competitive focused, you know, sort of level playing field. It's been a very pure gameplay experience, and so I think it actually fits in really well with a lot of the things that the esports players are looking for. And so I think, you know, with the Chief Collection, you kind of get to see the whole evolution of our multiplayer leading into the Halo 5 Guardians beta. So I think that's sort of an interesting journey to take as a player. But yeah, I mean, kind of getting back to our roots a little bit has been fun in the esports space.
So there's 4 multiplayer arenas effectively under one kind of umbrella. Is that right? So each game has its own multiplayer?
Each game has its own multiplayer that plays exactly as it played. And we'll have playlists where you can switch between the various games and multiplayers and same map or same mode, but running on the different multiplayer engines. So it's a really sort of intriguing experience. because you haven't had the opportunity to sort of go from, Halo 3 to Halo 2 to Halo 4. And this time you can really move between them. And I think what we'll find is you'll start to see people who really gravitate towards a certain style of multiplayer, which will be really interesting for us to see.
Are you concerned that maybe that people might gravitate too much towards one multiplayer, so that balancing and one maybe because 2 obviously everyone loves 2, maybe 3 or something, that people aren't going to gravitate towards that, and it might be a little bare bones in terms of population?
Well, I mean, part of it is we are interested in understanding where the populations gravitate towards, but, the Halo audience, even just within multiplayer, is super broad, right? There's people who really love that very pure competitive experience and people who don't. And so I think we'll actually find that there's a pretty interesting breadth of populations out there. So the Master Chief Collection releases on November 11th in the States and November 14th here in Europe.